So chapter 6, solving and preventing problems. In this chapter, we'll focus about how to fix problems, how to think about problems or issue or incident or what's going on, and what is the best way of handling them. Good? So the first question for you is, why do you think people call IT help desk? Why do people call IT?
For any technical help to have it solved.
So they have some problem, you mean, or something wrong, not working.
Yeah.
Something is not working. What else? Why would people call IT or the help desk in general? So something is not working. What else?
Maybe to complain or help with any like problem they have.
So that's a problem. That's a problem. Something wrong. Good. So he have something wrong, whether it's a broken screen or a broken laptop or whatever. Something wrong is not working. What else? To get help, ask about something. Okay, Maha says ask about something. Yeah. So technically, people call IT for different reasons. One of those reasons is questions. People call IT because they have a question. How can I get this done? Do you guys know where I can get the Chrome from? What is the way to do this thing? How can I get my new laptop? Can I get my new laptop, for example? This is a general question, how to get things done. People call it IT because they have a request. Request meaning, I want to replace my laptop. There is nothing wrong with the laptop. Laptop is working, but it's too old. That's a request. I want a new screen. Good. I want to replace my keyboard. I want to order, what do you want to order? A USB. So that's a request. People also call the IT help desk when they have an incident. Something is broken, something is not working. My laptop is broken, not working, my mouse is not moving, my email box is not sending email, my mobile is not connecting to the Wi-Fi. That's what we call it incident. Good. For normal human being, me and you, he have a problem, it means incident. Good. So the word problem, it means incident. It means something is not working. It means something broken. This is me and you. Good. You tell your mother, your mom will tell you, like, there is a problem with the washing machine. There is a problem with the fridge. Something wrong, something broken. But for the IT industry, they use the word problem in different meaning. The ITIL, the IT industry have two different meanings between incident and a problem. Incident is when something get not working once. A problem, it's when something happen that make multiple users, for example, cannot do the thing. So for example, my laptop don't have a voice. I cannot hear you guys on my laptop. So that's an incident. Good. But my laptop and Mrs. Amal laptop and Mr. Sabri laptop and Mr. Ahmed laptop and Mr. James laptop, they are all not having the same incident. Now, obviously, that's no longer a small incident. That's a problem. There is something wrong on a bigger scale. So we can say it. Incident is a matter of one incident, one individual incident, one incident that's affecting somebody. Problem when it's affecting multiple people or it's repeating itself multiple times. So problem is bigger than incident. So usually in an IT team, in a respective company, in a well-designed IT company, incidents and requests and the questions are usually helped by the normal technician help desk. The guys are working on it. But for problems, they will have somebody who is sitting around for a longer time. So incident, they will tell you, try to solve it within 2-3 hours, normal work. But when you have a problem, it might take you 2 weeks or 3 weeks to fix it, because especially for those problems who are not very clear problem. You know, my laptop is not, all the T430 laptops are not playing sound. That's a very straight problem. I install a driver, I update the driver, it's working. Oh, alhamdulillah, that's easy to solve the problem. But the problem, if you know the Microsoft Outlook or the email, the university email, sometimes it sends email, sometimes it doesn't send the emails. Sometimes it sends the email and with a delay, sometimes it doesn't send it. So it's not like black and white. So you think you solve it, it didn't solve, you have to try it, you have to wait, you have to test it. So that's what we call it problem management. Now, for the sake of the rest of this conversation, the rest of this presentation, when I say a problem, or when I say an incident, or when I say an issue, I most probably mean there is something wrong with the machine, with an individual people. I'm not talking about the ITIL problem. The reason I'm saying this because you know what I'm saying. There's a problem with my screen, and people will think, oh, there is a problem with the screen, and then we have to get the problem manager to trace the problem solving. No, we're not talking about this. What we are just normal human being here. So when we say the word problem, it means an incident, it means something is not working. Good. So for the next few slides, I will try my best to avoid the word problem, but believe me, I tried and failed many times before. Good. So why do they do this? Why is the IT service management break the tickets or the people interaction with the help desk to question, request, incident, problem? Why do they do this? They do this because every one of them have different best practices to handle them. When the customer calls you with a question, you treat him differently from the customer calling for an incident. You treat him differently from the customer calling for a request. Somebody requesting something, you might give him a form to fill and give you all the information, and you take the form from him, and then you can give him the thing. Somebody is calling you for a broken computer, you don't give him a form. You ask him a question about the problem. Somebody calling you for a question, you don't ask him a question. You answer his question. So there's different best practices. So that's why ITIL and the IT service management break them down to different groups. Good. So ITIL have something called management process. So request management, incident management, problem management. What does it mean? It doesn't mean the recommendation of how to handle requests, how to handle incidents, how to handle problems. So there is a proper process that the ITIL recommend for handling these stuff. And you guys will see it in the practical lab soon, inshallah. Good. Why do separate them other than they're having different practices? We separate them because it will help us getting proper report. So for example, if my help desk getting 100 phone calls and 90 of these are requests and 5 are questions and 5 are incident, what do you guys think I should focus on? I should focus on what? On the request management. I should improve my request management. Good. But if it was opposite, if I had 90 questions and 10 requests, that means people are calling me, asking me a lot of questions, and I need to find a solution for this. Maybe I will give them a knowledge base. Maybe I give them a website where they can go and find all these frequently asked questions. So this will help me. That's why I tell separate them, to help me as a manager and to help you improve the work. Good. So when we talk about incident management, this is one of the most common ITIL service desk processes. Technically, it's split into 3 parts. Number 1, logging. Number 2, tracking or updating. And then number 3, which is solving. 1 second. So logging means creating a ticket. I will log the ticket. I will write the details in the ticket. A tracking will happen when customer, let's say, sorry, logging, customer call me, says, hey, Hassan, my desktop is not working. I log the ticket. So what's the problem? He says, every time I start it up, it's work for like 2-3 seconds, then it's giving blue screen and giving hard error. Okay. Then good, thank you. I'll send somebody. Somebody go, he check the laptop, the desktop, and he find the hard drive is bad. So he will write update in the ticket, in the tracking says, laptop is, the hard disk is broken. We need to replace the hard disk. I'm going to order a hard disk from the vendor. Good. 2 days later, the hard disk arrives. Somebody else pick it up, install it. Installing the hard disk. 2 days later, somebody did it, installing. So as we work, we will be adding those details. So we will know what happened inside that ticket. Finally, once we resolve it, we will write a report saying what did we do and how did we resolve the ticket? What was going on and how did we fix it? So next time, if it happens again, we can know how to fix it. Good. Now, solving issues, whether it's an incident or a problem, require some problem solving skills, requires effective questioning skills, require listening, require conversation, require work with the people. So we'll talk about this stuff. No. Now, using the process to solve the incident and the problems. So usually there's a process that we recommend people to follow to do this stuff. I'm gonna give you some idea about the process. Good. Again, when I'm saying issue, it means something broken, incident, a problem. It's not the problem management that I talk about. That's a different process. Problem management process, let's call it. Now I'm saying there's something wrong with the computer or a problem. I'm just talking about normal problem, day-to-day problem. Good. So high percentage of the problems are reoccurring. Most of the incident, most of the issues, most of that are things that are coming again and again. So keep that in mind when you work in a place. Not every problem is brand new that nobody ever seen before. Yes, we get these problems that nobody ever seen before, but they are very, very rare. Based on this, most of the earth now have all the mistakes that's happening. Plenty of information are available. Man, just go to Google and just type anything you want, and you will find a video that will explain to you how to do it. For anything you want, like even the car, everything is there. Good. As a help desk, you can always draw from your own experience. Look at your own experience, look at your own history, look at the experience that you built. You can access the knowledge base. You can look at the knowledge base and see what the knowledge base is having. You guys know what the knowledge base is? We spoke about it before. The knowledge base is the website that the company have, that everybody write their articles in there about how to fix problem, how to install Office, how to install MATLAB, how to remove, how to do. So you can look at that at your own company. There is tools that you can use. You can call your friend to help you and support you. All these options are available for you to solve the problem. Good. One of the techniques that they use a lot in the problem solving, especially for beginner and especially for different kind of companies, is what we call it the flow chart. So the flow chart is a technique that we use to simplify the problem. Do you guys know about the flow chart? Do you guys have ever worked on them?
Yes.
Oh, good. So here is a sample of the flow chart. Do you guys watch this TV show? Okay, so this is a flow chart about how to find a friend, according to Mr. Sheldon. I'm not going to play it now. You can play it again later at home. Anyway, he is trying to solve a problem of how nerd people can find a friend. The flow chart could be something like this that will help you walk through the problem. It's easier than talking about the problem. So for example, this is a flow chart of a computer repair. Good. You look at it, start, computer turn on, yes or no. If the computer no, it doesn't turn on, it check the power. Is the power source good? Good. Yes or no? Yes, the power cord is source, then check what's wrong with the power supply. If no, then it's not the computer problem, it's the power bug. Wallahi, the computer doesn't turn on. Good. Doesn't turn on? No, yeah, sorry. Does the computer turn on? Yes, it's turned on. Does the screen shows anything? Yes or no? Good. And based on that, you can follow the steps. So this is very good for fixing specific problems, fixing specific equipment. You'll find the people who are using this, many people are like the car dealership. The mechanics at the car dealership, this is what they do. Maybe it's not a flow chart, but it's very similar principle. Like, for example, the car is not starting. So they will have 3 or 4 possibility. Check the engine, check the oil, check the battery, check this. So did you do this on the battery? Yes. Did it work? No. Go to next step. Did you do this work? No. Go to next step. So this is what they do. So people use flow charts a lot. So this is another flow chart for you guys as a software student, many of you. Good. You have a programming problem. You are writing a code and there is something wrong. Google it. Good. find the answer. For example, how do I let the program read the database from SQL Server? You Google it. Did you find a code on Google and copy it? Did that code work? Yes, alhamdulillah. No, it didn't work. Google it again. Good. It's almost worked, like it's worked, but there's a problem. Good. So now check your parameter, check your number, check your stuff, change something here, change something here. Is that getting better or worse? Better. Wallahi, alhamdulillah. Not, you see what I'm talking about? I'm not going to talk about it now in details, but this is something that will help you think logically. Good.